We can sum up the meaning and purpose of our journey as Christians in these words: to know God and to make Him known. How can we know God and how can we make Him known? The knowing in Scripture is more than just knowing about something. It is a knowing with experience. In other words, we may also ask, how can we experience God and help others to experience Him? To answer that question, I would like to point us to relationship. Since our God is a God of relationship, it is often that we experience God in our relationship. After I gave birth to my daughter in 2017, I felt that everything was so foreign and new for me. Little did I know that my life will be changed so drastically. For the first 5 months, my daughter cried for hours in a day. I felt helpless, lost, and I struggled to adapt to these changes. I felt like I was constantly drowning, and that led me to see myself as an incapable mother. I thought that if my daughter was full, clean, and comfortable, there would be no reason for her to cry. I felt like I did everything right, yet the crying did not stop. I blamed myself for not knowing how to comfort my daughter. That was 3 years ago. Today, I am a proud mother to a healthy and cheerful toddler. As I look back at my journey, I realized that God was indeed there for me during those confusing times. He made Himself known through my supportive husband, who was my pillar of strength when I felt like giving up. He was always there to lend a helping hand when I was exhausted with the demands of a newborn. And He constantly affirmed me of how well I was looking after our daughter. Through this, I experienced God as a faithful friend who accepts me unconditionally. God has also made Himself known through my brothers and sisters in the community, who accepted me and my state of life at that time. They were there to listen to me and welcome my new life in their space. They gave me support and continuously proclaimed the truth, that God is faithful at every season of my life, and He knows the desires of my heart. Through this, I experienced God's faithfulness and I received the grace and strength to go through my days as a new mom. I experienced new hope, and that led me to give my best in loving my daughter. I now realize even more that we make God known not only by proclaiming the good news, but also by being the good news, as we love those around us sincerely, speaking truth to each other, and living our life to the fullest wherever we are at. Having gone through this challenging experience myself, I am moved to make God known by being a supportive friend and sister to other young mothers. When they find it hard to cope with the changes that comes with motherhood, I speak truth of who God is to them and help them see that even though the journey can be messy and chaotic, it is still full of good surprises and beauty. You too can be an instrument of God's love. Your stories are important, and if you choose to share them, there are opportunities for others to experience God's goodness and faithfulness. There are also invitations for you to grow deeper in love with God, to come to know Him, and to make Him known.